What's the story, lads? Today is the day your pizza game changes forever. You're going to learn how to make this pizza dough, not from an Italian, but from an Irish man who used to eat frozen pizzas, Domino's pizzas, and even microwave pizzas when he was growing up as a kid. Now, it's taken me a few years to learn this, guys. Trial and error. Taught myself at home how to do it from scratch. I had many disasters in the kitchen, guys, learning how to do this. Many frustrating days, throwing dough in the bin, cutting my finger, all sorts of mad stories, which I'll probably get to eventually. But today I'm taking all the stress out of it and showing you how to do it from scratch. Now, you have to have a kitchen scale because weighing up these ingredients is very important, yeah? So I have a big bowl here, 500 grams of a good quality flour going into the bowl, 500 grams. And you just weigh that up in the bowl. Very simple process so far, yeah? 1 tablespoon of salt. Very easy. 1 tablespoon of salt, 500 grams of flour. Put the salt into the flour and mix it around. So far, anyone can do this. Absolutely anyone. Simple so far. And this is the brand of flour I use, guys. I'd recommend a good quality flour. Next step, 350 mils of water. Get a measuring jug, 350 mils of water, 1 sachet of yeast, which is 7 grams. Very simple so far. Anyone can do this. Give it a nice mix, and what you're aiming for is a nice bubbly yeasty mix, and let that sit there once it comes like this for about 4 to 5 minutes till the bubbles form, and then we're going to move on to the next step. For the next step, lads, I definitely recommend to use a spatula, yeah, because this stuff can get sticky, icky, wicky. So I'd use a spatula and stop the mix sticking to your hands. In the beginning, we will use our hands now in a second, but just when it's really wet like this, use a spatula. So fire all that water into the bowl like this, lads, and then get the spatula and move it around. Start incorporating the water into the flour until it starts going doughy like this, and just keep mixing this for a couple of minutes until it goes a little bit less sticky. All that water disappears and it turns into sort of a dough, and then we'll do the rest with our hands once that's completed. So what I'd recommend, get a bit of flour on your hands like this so it doesn't stick, and wipe off that bit of dough from the spatula because you don't want to waste that. And then next, we're getting a big board out, putting a bit of flour on it, and we'll move on to the next step now. And the reason we flour the board, guys, is because it's still quite sticky at this stage. Yes, you want to be getting flour on the board, flour on your hands, and then it's time to knead the dough. Now, everyone panics usually when it comes to kneading. Oh, I don't know how to knead, I don't know what to do. Well, neither did I. I didn't know how to knead at one stage, but all it is pushing and pulling the dough like this. Put some flour on my wrist, put some flour on my hand, and just push it, pull it, stretch it out, and do all this silly stuff for about 5 minutes. People say you need to knead for 10 minutes, but I think 4 or 5 minutes usually does it for me, and the dough still works, and it doubles in size. So with this, guys, add more flour if needs be until the mix stops sticking to your hands. When it stops sticking to your hands, then it's good, and then we're going to form it into a nice dough ball that looks a little something like this. So once it looks like this and it goes into a nice dough ball, then we're going to move on to the next step. So not the most perfect dough ball in the world, but definitely usable. Get some oil into a bowl, guys, and this is important because when this dough stretches, when it doubles in size, it will stick to the bowl if you don't oil up the bowl and just spread that oil all over the bowl. So this should double in size. So I cover this and leave it for 3 hours. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, 3 hours, this is crazy, too much effort. But you do it on the weekends, guys, make it after lunch, and then have your pizzas in the evening. Now look at that, guys, that is absolutely great. So like and follow, guys, for part 2. We'll move on to the next step, and I'll get this video up very, very soon, guys. So see you in the next one. Welcome back to Pizza Dough, guys, part 2. You've seen part 1, we got to this stage where the dough has doubled in size, and now we're going to take it to the next step. And believe it or not, most of the hard work is over with now. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was easy so far. We're going to move on to the next step. So once the dough has doubled in size, flour up that board again, and just look at this coming out, guys. Look, absolute beauty. Look at that. It's soft, it's doubled in size. So what I like to do here, guys, is just form this with the flour on the board into like a log shape like this. So a nice long log shape. And this is how I do it, guys. So I cut off 2 smaller pieces. So I cut off 2 ends. And what this is, one pizza is for my son. The other one is a garlic bread starter. Now you could cut it into 4 big pieces, which would make 4 medium pizzas. But I like 2 small, 2 big. And the next, we're going to get more flour on, guys. You keep having to repeat the process. Flour, flour, flour. And we're going to make a dough ball again. And these are the final pizza dough balls. So I have a little bit of a technique that I taught myself here, guys. As you can see, it's kind of curving it. I know I kind of making it look easy here, guys, but I have had a few years of practice, but I started from nowhere. I never made a pizza in my life 7 years ago, so this is all just stuff I've learned myself, so you will get better at it. So you can see here, just fold it, tuck it, roll it round until it forms into a nice ball like this, and I repeat the process with all 4 pizzas like this until you get 4 lovely dough balls, 2 big, 2 small. Then again, flour up the board. This is the last time we flour up the board, guys, and I have to admit, guys, this pizza dough has turned out absolutely banging, guys. Good quality flour, good yeast, always does the trick, guys. Turns out great. So just cover this for 1 more hour with a wet tea towel. Turn on the oven, get the oven preheated, make your sauce, do all this, and this is the final step. This is the final pizza dough that we are going to turn into a pizza crust right now, and I have to say it's looking absolutely banging. Yeah, so a final bit of flour here, guys, onto the countertop. Final stretch of the pizza, literally the stretch. So we're going to stretch it out. So we push it down here, guys, both sides, give it a flip, get flour on both sides, get that stickiness out, and I'm going to form a pizza crust here. You can just pull it, stretch it. It's a lot easier now. If you do get a little bit of a tear in it, don't panic. You can just pull off a bit of the crust, stick it on, plaster it up, patch it up, it'll be fine. Yeah, so this is it, guys. I've stretched it out, and now I'm going to make a pizza for my son. You can use your hands like this as well. This is how they do it in the pizza restaurants. You stretch it out like this, and you get a nice little thin crust, nice crust around the edge. Toppings going on next. Sauce first, always, guys. Then the cheese, then the pepperoni, olives. This is a great pizza for my son, guys. None of those chemicals. If you read those pizzas in supermarkets and stuff like that, full of chemicals, all this horrible stuff you shouldn't even be giving to kids. This is just all natural, great stuff here, and this is the end result, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Hopefully it brought you some benefit. If you did like it, please like it on the thing, share it, even leave a comment if you can, and it'll really help out the video, help the algorithm and all that. And hope you enjoy making these pizzas, guys. I'll follow up with a few videos now that I've done the pizza dough recipe on toppings, cooking, timings, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you liked it, guys, give me a follow. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Gonna bring you something good soon. Nice one, bye.